Yo, it's good, guys. It's gonna be my vid for my preview for tonight's Raw and a couple quick thoughts on the draft. I was gonna do this video yesterday or Saturday, but I I worked all day. Like I barely have any time off, so um, it's I have to wait till like late to do videos now. But whatever. But anyway, so I get around to it right now. The Raw tonight, I just saw it's from the RBC Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Should be a good show. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, there's a few Raws that I look forward to. The not one right after WrestleMania, um, the draft, obviously, and the King of the Ring, and the like a couple of the 3 hour ones because they're big. I'm not sure if tonight's Raw is 3 hours. I don't think so. I think it's just 2 hour show, which kind of sucks because I read they were originally planning on having this draft in June, at, which it was going to be a 3 hour show, and then they had like another 3 hour show planned like a week or two after the draft in that month. So apparently this has been like I've been reading that like creative teams just been like rewriting the scripts for Raw tonight like fucking crazy and shit. Raw and SmackDown, um, just like unbelievably just crazy, writing shit over, uh, new stuff, whatever. So I don't know. That could be a good thing, and it also means it could be a very bad thing. But yeah, Raw though it should be good tonight. I'm sure the matches usually they'll have them like a Raw guy versus SmackDown guy, and whoever wins the show gets the draft pick. So I'm looking forward to it. I always like seeing, as Vince would say, it's time to shake things up again. Uh, some feel yeah, I like the draft. It's always nice to get new people, new superstars on new shows, start new feuds. I know a lot of people think the draft it's basically been dead for the past 3 4 years or so. Like it's lost its purpose, which I can agree to certain aspects of that. I mean, the first draft was at 2002 was epic, and then even the couple after that, even the one in 2008 where Triple H went to SmackDown, that was pretty good a draft, and that brought Cole over to Raw. Ugh. And JR to SmackDown. That was pretty good, but the last couple of years really haven't been that great. But I'm hoping to see, some good picks tonight that actually make sense. So I'm just gonna give a couple predictions for Raw and then the draft. So Raw tonight, Cena and Miz, that their feud. Extreme Rules is what, a week away now. Actually, it's actually this Sunday coming up on pay per view. So um, yeah. So I'm sure they'll feud. We'll have one last thing tonight. And by the way, apparently the draft, it's not gonna it won't take into effect until next week. Obviously, May 2nd. Raw, which is from Miami, I think, and The Rock is apparently coming back because it's his hometown, obviously, and it's his birthday, I think. So he'll be turning 39, and he'll be at Raw that night. So cool to see that. Um, but yes, it said they well, obviously it won't. I don't know why they made that like sounded like such a big deal. It won't take into effect until May 2nd. But so Cena and Miz should have some interaction tonight, as well as Punk and Orton. Their match, it got announced on WWE.com as a last man standing match for Extreme Rules. Hopefully Punk wins and just this ends the feud. I mean Orton's won. He won at WrestleMania. He won at on Raw last week. Punk needs to win. Um, really badly. So I figure he'll win that match, and hopefully that'll be the end of the feud. Let's see. Um, I'm sure JR will be on Raw tonight. The King, that Cole, Jack Swagger, that whole storyline will keep going. And as their tag team match is going to be a street fight now. Um, let's see what else. That's pretty much it for as like storyline things go. And I don't know, maybe Sheamus will have a match with Sin Cara at Extreme Rules. I don't know, but basically the Raw should be pretty good tonight. But I'm just really looking forward to the draft. And I wonder if Kong will debut tonight. Well, I'm not sure. I've only seen a few weeks of like promo vignettes for her, but I think it's time. I mean, she was supposed to debut, from what I've heard, months ago. Like, at the Royal Rumble is the first time I heard, and then after that, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, this Raw, that Raw, never happened. So, but I'm pumped to see what happens. So apparently, her ring name WWE just trademarked the name Karma, spelled Kharma. But apparently they retract it or whatever because they're actually not sure that's what they want her name to be. I think it should just be Kong, but because obviously it can't be Awesome Kong, but maybe just Kong. I don't know. So they're not sure yet if it's going to be Karma or not. But anyway, Raw tonight, the draft. Uh, man, who do I think is going to go where? Honestly, the biggest one, I have a feeling Randy Orton's going to go to SmackDown. Number one, because I've heard the rumors of it, and with Edge retiring, out of the blue, just last week or 2 weeks ago, there's a lack of baby faces on SmackDown. And so why not move Orton to SmackDown? Honestly, he's been on Raw since what, 2007? Well, he got drafted to SmackDown in 2005. He was on SmackDown in 06. He came back to Raw in 2006. So he's been on Raw for the last like 5 years. Um, so yeah, I think he needs a change of scenery. He start new feud. I'd love to see Orton with that World Heavyweight Championship too. Like if he's been WWE champion now a bunch of times, but I'd love to see him with that world title again, especially having a longer reign since his first title reign was only a month because Triple H is a greedy bastard, wanted his title back. But yeah, so I think Orton's gonna go to SmackDown. I think it needs to happen. Um, just maybe he'll turn heel again. I really just want to see Randy Orton turn heel, and I know he wants to be a heel too, but Vince apparently likes having him as a baby face, and I don't know. I think Orton's much better as a heel, and Orton said I saw myself at being a heel the rest of my career, so this is kind of like a change for me, but. So yeah, Orton I see going to SmackDown. Maybe feud with Alberto Del Rio. That'd be sick. Let's see what else. I heard Beth Phoenix may get drafted to Raw because honestly, she's like the best diva they have, like wrestling wise. Why? With the fact that she's on SmackDown, but you don't even see much of her. It's all focused on Lay Cool and shit and Kelly here and there. And Beth's been in a couple of tag matches with Kelly, but I mean, geez, Beth Phoenix deserves to be going after that Divas title. And I think they need to bring back the women's title too. Like, honestly, that title is so prestigious and it's a respectable looking title, not like the Divas title. It's all like go girly and fucking butterfly. Like looks like Jeff Hardy's championship belt. um, I just think the women's title is a lot better. You don't need a Divas title, whatever. Like, can you see Awesome Kong or whatever her name is when she comes to WWE walking around? She wins it with that thing on her shoulder, a big butterfly, a purple sparkly butterfly title on the shoulder of like a badass like ass kicking monster. that just wouldn't be very good. Let's see what else. What other picks do I think might happen? Um, I think Sin Cara because he's been on both. He's been on SmackDown, or maybe he is on Raw. That's his. What? Who knows? After tonight, everyone's gonna be on a new show. Maybe Sin Cara will get drafted to SmackDown. I think he should stay on SmackDown just because of Raw. I don't want to see him in a tag team match with John Cena where Cena had to come in and steal the spotlight from this kid. I just think he doesn't need that. He should go to SmackDown, make a name for himself, go after the Intercontinental title. So I could see Sin Cara going over to SmackDown. Um, you know what? I could see, to be honest, I could see Drew McIntyre coming to Raw and like really start to make a name for himself. I know that sounds a little weird considering, it's young guys. It's like if they go to SmackDown, that's where it looks like they'll have some sort of a push. But I mean, Drew has been. I mean, granted, he won on Raw, a SmackDown this past Friday. He beat Chris Masters, and by the way, that Future Shock DDT he had on him. Masters sold the shit out of it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So that was a nice win for him, but he hasn't been doing anything. And that whole Kelly storyline, I guess, just went down the drain. So I don't know what the deal is with that, because I was actually kind of I was interested in that. I just think, he needs to maybe come to Raw, get a fresh start feud with some of the big boys like Cena. Well, we all know what would happen if he feuded with Cena. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I just feel like he needs. If I want him to stay on SmackDown too. I just want him, start feuding with someone and getting a push. But I could see Drew McIntyre coming to Raw. Also, I'm pumped to see more of this new look of Dolph Ziggler. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if some of the core got broken up, because they were like having issues with each other on SmackDown shit. That Slater and Gabriel lost the tag team titles to Big Show and Kane, and then you saw him, like, Slater push Justin Gabriel after the match, and then Wade Barrett told Ezekiel Jackson to get the fuck out of there, like, at ringside during his match. So I could see, one of those guys, some of those guys being moved on to another show. I could also see maybe Sheamus getting drafted to SmackDown and Wade Barrett to Raw to bring back the Intercontinental title to Raw and the U.S. title to SmackDown. Back when it was, like, up until, what was it, 07, 08? See, I liked that. I liked when Raw, the titles were the World Tag Team Championships, the Women's Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, and the World Heavyweight Championship. I liked that. And the SmackDown, you have the WWE Tag Team Championship, WWE Tag Team titles, United States Championship, the Cruiserweight title way back in the day, which they should fucking bring back, and the WWE title is the main title on that brand. I just think that was much better, to be honest. I know it may not make a difference to all of you, but I just think like that better. So yeah, I could see Sheamus and Wade Barrett, swapping, going over to. But I think Sheamus fits on Raw. But maybe I feel like he could even be better on SmackDown. I really hope Christian stays on SmackDown. If he went to Raw, I think he would just get buried even more. So yeah, he definitely should stay on SmackDown. What else? I am praying JR gets all my, because I wouldn't. And how convenient, JR has been around all this time in the last few weeks, and he's right around the time of the WWE draft. How great would that be if Cole got drafted to SmackDown, even though he's on Raw and SmackDown anyway? But at least if he got drafted to SmackDown, stayed there permanently like back in the old days, and then JR got drafted to Raw full time, he and King. I would bust the biggest nut you've ever seen. Like, I'm sorry, like, hearing JR's voice is so refreshing, but having to hear interrupted every 2 seconds by Cole. So that's why him on SmackDown, do whatever, or get taken out of the storyline just for the time being, honestly. But JR back on Raw, oh my god, that would be awesome. See, but yeah, I've seen Randy Orton to SmackDown, Sheamus to Raw, Wade Barrett to Randy Orton to Raw, SmackDown, Wade Barrett to Raw, Sheamus to SmackDown, Beth Phoenix to Raw, Drew McIntyre to Raw, and yeah, those are the pretty much main one guys. I really can't think of any other big changes happening, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm really pumped for tonight's Raw. So be sure to watch it, obviously. And comment right now. Let me know what you think, that who's going to get go where in the draft and whatnot. And by the way, guys, I just ordered a bunch of stuff off WWEshop.com. So sometime later this week, I'll be doing my first ever unboxing video, or unbagging, whatever it comes in. So I'm real pumped. I got some real good shit, and I'm really fucking pumped to get it. So keep your eyes out for that video. And yeah, enjoy Raw. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do my Raw review tonight. I'll probably miss Raw again because I work really late. I don't get out till like 10:15 or so. And when I come home, I don't want to watch the last 30, 40 minutes of it. I'd like to see the whole thing later. Plus, it's nice being able to fast forward and rewind some parts on YouTube later. So if not, I'll have it early tomorrow morning. So enjoy Raw tonight, guys. Let me know what you think of the draft, and keep your eyes out for my unboxing video later this week. And subscribe if you haven't. I'm out. Peace.